In the landscape of contemporary Korean cinema, Lee Min-ho is no longer just an actor. He is a cultural icon, the embodiment of a generation of leading men who captured the hearts of millions across Asia. But in Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy, Lee Min-ho goes beyond his well-established aura of handsomeness, undergoing a stunning transformation into a warrior destined to save the world. His gritty, almost tattered by design appearance has once again set the internet ablaze. Visuals that don't just shine, they tell a story. The moment the first images of Lee Min-ho from Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy were released, social media exploded. Gone was the polished young man from Boys Over Flowers or the regal elegance of the king, eternal monarch. In his place stands the rugged, battle-worn Lee Min-ho, disheveled hair, intense eyes, dust-covered clothing, a character that's both feral and breathtakingly captivating. Surprisingly, fans didn't mourn the loss of his refined image. On the contrary, they rejoiced. OMG, this visual is insane. Lee Min-ho looks seriously badass. He loses weight for filming. Normally, he's all chubby and cute. These seemingly casual remarks reveal something deeper. Lee Min-ho's visuals are no longer about mere aesthetics, they're a narrative device. His face isn't just beautiful. It's battle-scarred, haunted, and tells a story before he even speaks a line. A bold reinvention, Lee Min-ho dares to be ugly to be great. At the peak of their fame, many actors are afraid to break out of their image. But not Lee Min-ho. He chose a high-risk project, a dark, action-heavy film with apocalyptic themes, based on a cult favorite web novel with a fiercely protective fan base. In Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy, he plays Yoo Young-hyuk, a cold-blooded warrior gifted with the power of resurrection, someone who has endured countless deaths to bear the burden of saving the world. This is not a character that can be portrayed by looks alone. Yoo Young-hyuk is the embodiment of pain, solitude, and unrelenting struggle. And Lee Min-ho dives deep into this role, letting go of his polished image, ripped clothes, dirt-covered skin, piercing eyes hardened by trauma. His willingness to sacrifice beauty in favor of authenticity doesn't diminish his appeal, it amplifies his credibility. Lee Min-ho is no longer just a pretty face, he is an actor leading the story not just with charisma but with emotional gravity. Omniscient Reader, not just a film, but a world on the brink. Based on the hit web novel 3 Ways to Survive in a Ruined World, the film follows Kim Dok-ja, played by Ahn Hyo-seop, an ordinary office worker and the sole loyal reader of an obscure web novel. One day, his world collapses and morphs into the very setting of the story he once read. There, he meets Yoo Young-hyuk, the novel's main protagonist, now a living, breathing warrior whose entire existence revolves around surviving and restarting through death. They become unlikely allies, bound together in a quest to stop the apocalypse. Their relationship is more than just teamwork. It's a compelling juxtaposition, one is intellect, the other raw power, one clings to belief, the other to survival. In this shattered world, fleeting moments of humanity, trust, and sacrifice become the emotional heartbeat of the narrative. An all-star cast and the promise of a summer blockbuster. Alongside Ahn Hyo-seop and Lee Min-ho, the film features an impressive supporting cast: Choi Soo-bin, Shin Seung-ho, Park Ho-san, Nana, Choi Young-joon, and Jisoo, Blackpink. Each plays a vital role in the survival ensemble, contributing to a dynamic and immersive post-apocalyptic world. Unlike typical action films, Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy builds a fully fleshed-out universe with its own rules and hierarchy. Each character carries not just a weapon, but a backstory, a reason to keep fighting, even when all hope seems lost. With its massive production scale, stunning visuals, and a tightly woven emotional arc, the film is poised to be one of the biggest Korean cinematic events of summer 2025 when it premieres in July. Lee Min-ho, more than an icon, a phoenix reborn. Over a decade since his breakout role as Gu Junpyo, Lee Min-ho remains the center of attention wherever he goes. But now, he represents more than just Hallyu stardom. In Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy, he portrays a man who has died 100 times and been reborn just as often, not unlike himself, constantly reinventing, never afraid to challenge expectations. Always ready to become the truest version of his role. This time, Lee Min-ho's rugged, battle-worn look might just be the most powerful transformation of his career, where beauty becomes a weapon, and performance becomes legacy. When it comes to Korean celebrities who define unshakable visuals, Lee Min-ho remains a name that needs no introduction. But just when fans think they've seen every version of the actor's beauty, he flips the script, quite literally, by embracing a rugged, even borderline wrecked look in his upcoming blockbuster Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy. And the internet? It's collectively screaming, "De quay Pepsi oi." This seemingly bizarre phrase, which roughly translates to "it's too good, Pepsi," is going viral on Vietnamese social media, used as a way to express excitement so intense it borders on hysteria. And that's exactly the kind of frenzy Lee Min-ho's newest look has stirred. From polished prince to apocalypse-hardened hero, Lee Min-ho has spent years cultivating an image of near-mythic perfection. Smooth skin, neatly coiffed hair, the impeccable suits, he was the living embodiment of the chaebol fantasy. But in Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy, that image is shattered, and fans are loving every gritty detail. In the newly released production stills, Lee Min-ho's character Yoo Young-hyuk looks like he's been through hell and back, tattered clothes, bruised skin, hair tousled by chaos. Yet, somehow, that's when his beauty hits hardest. It's no longer about flawlessness, it's about presence, grit, and the kind of visual charisma that transcends neat packaging. On social media, the comments poured in. Lee Min-ho looks torn to shreds and he's never looked hotter. This is next level. He's not just pretty, he's magnetic. Wrecked aesthetic? More like horror god visuals. The evolution of a face that tells stories. What makes Lee Min-ho's performance so anticipated isn't just the physical transformation, it's the emotional depth that accompanies it. In portraying Yoo Young-hyuk, a warrior resurrected time and again to face a never-ending apocalypse, Lee Min-ho doesn't rely solely on makeup or costume. He brings years of on-screen experience into every haunted stare, every heavy breath. This character isn't meant to be charming. He's meant to be terrifying, resilient, and scarred by countless battles. Yet the actor manages to thread in just enough humanity beneath the hardened exterior, reminding audiences that even in ruins, beauty can persist. Or perhaps, because of the ruins. It's this dynamic tension, strength placed with sorrow, dirt masking dignity, that makes Lee Min-ho's visual impact in this role so arresting. He's not just pretty. He's epic. Why this look resonates in 2025. In an era where perfection is becoming predictable, imperfection becomes the new power move. Audiences no longer want flawless idols, they want real, raw, emotionally grounded portrayals that reflect both struggle and spirit. Lee Min-ho is tapping into this cultural shift perfectly. This isn't just a character glow-up, it's an evolution in how we define male beauty in Korean cinema. It's not about how clean or composed you look under fire, it's about how much intensity you can carry in your eyes even when your armor is cracked. And Lee Min-ho? He's not just carrying that weight. He owns it. That's not just visual power. That's Lee Min-ho.